Good evening.
The first one was the normal bills for you guys to digest. Did you guys have any questions?
Glenn?
Too complicated for me. No. No, I didn't.
Okay. Anybody? Okay.
Would you like to go to letter B?
Sure. For the second part, we are coming tonight to request a few things, 4 actions to be taken to the county for their approval as well. The first is a category transfer. We would like to move $266,000 from the instruction category into the transportation to cover their expenses for this fiscal year. We also are asking for a supplemental appropriation of approximately $2.6 million. This is due to an excess of state revenue this year, and we use that for a lot of projects and instruction, and so that's where you will see the overage in maintenance and operations, and so we're asking for that supplemental appropriation. And after all of our fiscal year 25 bills have been paid, we have $35,000 remaining, which we would like to move into the capital fund located at the county. And last but certainly not least are food services, where we would like to do a budget transfer of approximately $349,000, and this would also be to cover their expenses. So we are asking that you guys approve that to be sent to the county.
Okay. And did I hear you right that we only have $35,000?
Yes, sir.
My God, I can't keep my checkbook that close, and I ain't got any money. Excellent job, man. Anybody got any questions? Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Barber.
Thank you so much.
The next item is letter C, the 2025-2026 Parent and Student Handbook and Code of Conduct. Tonight is the first reading. There's been a lot of work done on this with Mrs. Dalton, Mrs. Rogers, Mrs. Moore, and Mrs. Giamatti. Mrs. Giammatteo has reformatted this book. It ought to be a little bit more interesting to look at. We've had to do a lot of different revisions. So what you have before you is the first reading, and there may be a few small changes between the first reading and the final reading at the July meeting. That normally happens. And sometimes we even have to wait until, make a change if the Department of Education comes at us with a change at the last moment. Since you've had your hand in this, Ms. Giamatti, I can say your name usually, Giammatteo, do you want to have any comments?
It's completely different, reformatted and sectioned. The coordinators have been working really hard to make sure.
It's more user-friendly?
I hope so. But I encourage you to go through it and read it and spend the time that they spent putting into it so you understand what it says. Make sure you can understand it and ask questions. Some of the links may not work. We're still working on making sure all the links are appropriately set up. We also have an appendix that we'll be putting on the website that is separate from the book, which has more detailed information. So you'll see everywhere it says appendix. You can click the link and it takes you to the folder. That's not done yet. They're still working on the language in the appendixes. But once that's done, that'll be loaded on the website. The parents will be able to find all the information just by searching the website.
Sounds
So,
pretty good.
but
Are
it's
there going to be
different.
some paper copies available to people who don't have access to?
Absolutely. If they request, we'll print it.
Okay.
Each school will do that. And student handbooks have changed since all of us were in school. Now the federal government and state government requires that we have notifications in there from everything from suicide prevention to, anything. We're required by statute Code of Virginia and the Virginia Department of Education, and some of those things Ms. Pepper is going to be discussing at the policy meeting on the 30th. There've been some new policies set forth by the state of Virginia that require us to do certain things with kids. One, for instance, I don't know whether it's passed or not, but it now falls upon school divisions their responsibility to tell parents to make certain that they keep their firearms locked up and that the alcohol in the house be locked up, and we're responsible for putting that out there. So it's another.
Say that one more time.
Another overreach.
One of the pieces of legislation that I don't know whether it passed or did not pass. It may not, it may have been vetoed by the governor, but this is an example that school divisions are responsible for providing information to parents about keeping their firearms locked up.
Oh, okay. I misheard you, okay.
Interesting.
Anyone else have any questions?
No, I don't. Anybody got questions?
Next, the next two items, letter D and letter E, would be Mr. Dalton, surplus equipment and surplus playground equipment at Chase City Elementary School.
I think I got a letter out to good evening, board members. Just the first one, letter D, surplus equipment, that was added to y'all's agenda. We need surplus vehicles that we're gonna be selling at July 12th sale. I think vehicle description, your model and VIN number all were added to y'all's agenda. If you have any questions about that at this time. If none, the next is surplus playground equipment at Chase City Elementary School. If you'll recall, we've already surplused everything at Chase City. So basically what we're asking for is board action here. We were approached earlier this week by the town of Chase City, and it turns out they would like to have some of the playground equipment at their, I can't remember exactly where it is. Mr. Ogden, name it.
What they have now is back of the First Baptist Church.
That's, yes, yeah.
They're moving, they want to do this at the ballpark.
They're gonna need to move it because that's already
That's right.
full.
You know, they would like to install it in a place that all the children in Chase City will be able to use.
That's great.
We just need an action item from you guys tonight, allowing us to donate that playground equipment to Chase City. There's still a lot of playground equipment that will be sold at the auction because he does not have room for much of it. Any questions on that?
You've got the next item too, I apologize.
I said I had a letter out. Not, I got it now. Letter, I think we've all been in part of this discussion about renovating the current wrestling room at the complex into a high school band room due to the lack of space that we were blessed with by our architects at the design phase. Currently, I think that we have almost, we're looking at close to, is it 100 or 200 kids coming for concert band next year?
He's got about 70 in the marching band. I don't know about the rest of the
It's a
school.
rather large number coming back, and of course, the band is something we want to see continue to grow. And he's outgrown the space he's in. We looked at many solutions, and this was the best one we could come up with. And I have attached, Mr. Edwards will remember Mike Kopsack was our project superintendent. And of all the bad we had up there, I think Mike was one of the good guys. I don't think we've been able to get the project completed on time without Mike. He has since then left Cleveland. He saw the light. And he is working for himself now as a contractor. So I asked Mike, he does commercial industrial building, if his company would come, since he knew the building, because he'd been superintendent from Groundbreak, since he knew the building, and give us a quote. And that quote is attached to your board docs tonight. So in speaking with Mr. Gottschalk, he had requested that I approach the board and have the request come from the school board in the form of an action item. And we feel like we have the funding available across the road, and we just wanted us to come to him in the July meeting after you guys have approved this request.
And if you would, let the board know where we're gonna put the wrestling room.
So wrestling matches are held in the high school gym, and we have a competition mat that we use for competition. Currently, we have a roll-up mat that we utilize the auxiliary gym for wrestling practice, and it can be rolled up, stowed, strapped against the wall for school hours, and then rolled out for them to practice during wrestling season. Bottom line, the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few. Currently, we're using the wrestling room, which is 2,500 square feet of conditioned space, for around 20 athletes 2 months out of the year. Comparing that to around what we hope would be close to 200 band members, we'll be using the space for 10 months out. So just trying to use our space wisely, because Mr. Edwards can tell you, I won't say commercial construction, it's about $400,000 square foot.
And of course, we're gonna maintain the current band room as the middle school band room.
Yes.
So we're not gonna be having kids during the school day flip-flopping.
That's a good idea.
And then, of course, in the afternoon, for wrestling, we'll have high school kids over in the middle school auxiliary gym, but entering through the exterior entrances. And for those of you who don't know, we do have eighth graders who do participate in junior varsity wrestling, so they were coming into the high school anyways. This is, and I gotta give credit where credit's due. Dr. Lax and Mr. Dalton really worked long and hard in coming up with this solution.
When, I have a question. Do we need to get maybe 2 more bids on this so we kind of look like we're more than just,
We can get 2 more bids on it, but we're currently below the amount that we're required by procurement law to get 2 more bids on it.
I mean,
I really don't know who I could ask Blair.
I'm just saying, handpicking, I mean, I know we're beneath the threshold, but I just didn't want it to look like, okay, you know,
I was basically going with.
I know why you went, and I like the reason why.
Well, it's the acoustical
Yeah.
of it too. It's hard to find a company around here that can get a sound engineer to kind of look at what you would need for the acoustical panels and things of that nature. If that's what you guys want as a board, I could reach out to try to get.
or just run it in the paper or online or however we do it nowadays.
Well, if we had to do that, we'd have to resort back to an RFP.
Okay.
The easiest way, and the quickest way to do it would be to acquire 2 more prices.
I mean, I don't know how the rest of the board feels on it. I just, you know,
One of the other reasons that they're doing this is the time element.
Yeah,
Uh,
I want to get it ready for
And it's.
Insurance.
It still may not be ready in time for school to start, but at least they're no worse off
Yeah. it'll be
than they
pretty
would
close.
be. But it's up to the board if we desire another 2 sets of quotes.
Could you just get Blair to look at it and?
something to offset it so that we have
Just
something.
get as a backup for the,
Yeah.
to show, just get Blair to take a look, see what he thinks.
Okay.
I mean, his hands are so full now, I don't see him coming to do a little job like that with all he's got going on. But
He'd probably look
but
at it.
at least
He'd
he can
look
look
at
at
it
the
for
numbers and
Yeah,
see.
take a look at it.
Well, Mr. Dalton is a 42-year veteran of listening to kids beat and bang. I appreciate you taking care of helping the band out because they really got slighted in this new building.
I don't disagree, they did.
Probably the worst facility in the school is the band room.
At the time, I don't even know who the band directors were at the time.
It was Madilda and myself when it first started.
When we got into the design phase, they had to mock as a client.
Maybe, but
Did y'all ever get a chance to see the plan?
no, both of us offered to, in the early stages, to help assist them on what we wanted, but we were told, no, they had it, no problem.
The closet was locked.
Anybody's got any other questions, Mr. Dalton?
So if Blair is the price you want, I'll try to have that for you by July's meeting.
It's fine.
That's fine. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
So these two items are going on action tonight. If it is, we gotta amend the agenda again.
We've already amended the
Yeah,
agenda.
that is not for surplus payment.
Oh, no, that was,
We're gonna do that next regular meeting or not?
no, it was on the agenda.
Oh, must have cut mine off. I didn't get it. Maybe it's, okay. All right, yeah, got it. Wasn't on the printed copy. All right, where's we now?
All right, action, under personnel.
Personnel one now. Action. Pursuant to Robert's Rules of Order, newly revised 12th edition, Section 35, I move to rescind the portion of the board's June 16, 2025 personnel approval vote that authorized the hiring of ID number 1005002. The rationale for this discussion for meeting minutes. According to Robert's Rules of Order, Section 35, a deliberative body has the right to rescind a previously adopted motion when new information comes to light or when procedural concerns arise. In this case, the name ID 1005002 was previously presented to and voted down by the board. Her name was later reintroduced under a different category on the June 16, 2025 personnel agenda without disclosure or notification to the board. This prevented full and informed consideration, may have inadvertently undermined the intent of the board's prior decision. This motion is made to preserve transparency, restore trust in the personnel process, and ensure that all board actions are deliberate, informed, and properly disclosed. That's the motion.
Have a second?
Second.
Okay. Call for the vote. That was, Jason. I'm sorry.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
Yes.
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Moving on, legal matter, LM-2024-2025.
Are you going to do
Mr. Chairman,
personnel matters?
Yeah, but we have a second
Oh,
item.
I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Yes, I jumped the gun, my bad.
Personnel 2 is not going to be discussed tonight.
Correct. So now we're on item 3 that was added to the agenda.
Yes, my fault, I'm sorry.
That's okay. At this time, I'd like to make a motion that I move that the board adopt a procedural requirement that all personnel agenda items must be submitted and uploaded to board docs no later than the end of the business day on the Friday preceding any scheduled school board meeting. Any additions or modifications made after this deadline shall be clearly listed under a separate action item titled Personnel 2 on the agenda. It must be individually presented to and acknowledged by the board during closed session prior to any vote. This motion aims to uphold transparency, ensure adequate review time for board members, and preserve trust in the personnel approval process. By separating late additions under a distinct section, the board can exercise proper oversight without confusion or omission.
Second.
Second by Mr. Edwards. Call for the vote.
Mr. Palmer?
moved.
Mrs. Cheney?
Yes.
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Now, moving on to legal matter. Can I get a motion that the school board ratifies the mediation settlement agreement regarding legal matter LM-2024-2025-01?
So moved.
Mr. Palmer,
Second.
second by Mr. Edwards. Call for the vote.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
Yes.
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Excuse me.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Moving on to surplus equipment. Can I get a motion that the school board deems the listed vehicles as surplus?
So moved.
Mr. Edwards,
Second.
second by Ms. Cheney.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
Yes.
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Moving on, surplus playground equipment. I need a motion that the school board approves the disbursement of some of the surplus playground equipment at Chase Elementary School to the town of Chase City.
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Palmer, Mr. Edwards, call for the vote.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
yes,
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Moving on, can I get a motion that the school board approves the Mecklenburg County High School wrestling room reservation proposal?
No.
Motion to approve with the addition of another price from Blair Construction Company, just for ratification.
Okay. You heard the motion, got a second?
Second.
Mr. Arnold, call for the vote.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
yes,
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Okay, end of the year bills, can I get a motion that the school board approves the payment of the 2025 end of the year bills?
So moved.
Second.
Mr. Edwards, Mr. Winter, call for the vote.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
yes,
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Move on to supplemental appropriations. Yeah, I'll get it out in a minute. Yes, thank you, that's the word. Can I get a motion the school board approves the supplemental appropriations? Tongue twister.
Second. Second. Or motion.
Who made the motion? Mr. Palmer?
Okay.
And second by Mr. Winter. Call for the vote.
Mr. Palmer?
Yes.
Mrs. Cheney?
yes,
Mr. Winter?
Yes.
Mr. Arnold?
Yes.
Mr. Edwards?
Yes.
Mr. Allgood?
Yes. Is there anything that I forgot?
If you don't mind, I just want to remind those watching and those in the audience that on July the 24th, we have the ribbon cutting ceremony
Sure.
and the tours by the Clarksville Elementary School. The Dr. Sturtevant has made a request that her teachers be permitted to use that day as their flex day as opposed to between the dates of the 28th, 30th, and 31st of July, and I've approved that. That doesn't require board approval. I believe that you have or will receive an invitation from our board clerk, and we're really excited about this, and also thanks to Mr. Dalton. I don't think most people realize what kind of logistical nightmare it is to move one school out of a building into a new building, all the while working feverishly to try to get an occupancy permit that was promised to us earlier, and we didn't get because of, not because of the building inspector. He was marvelous to us. Other reasons. And then trying to move another school into Bluestone High School. Still working on it. And if you can imagine moving those heavy boxes, and those teachers know how to stuff boxes, and the 100-degree heat, our maintenance staff has been coming to work at 5:30, just so it's been cool, 4 o'clock. So I just want to put a word out to thank
Yes.
Mr. Dalton and everyone that's involved, including the teachers and the principals, because this is a task it's exciting to go in a new building, but it's
Nightmare.
it's no fun.
Ms. Dalton, one question. What is your group doing with their spare time? What is your department doing with their spare time? Don't say what you want to say. All right, if there's nothing else, can I get a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Okay, thank you all. Oh,
Oh, you just throw it across the room. Okay. Technically, there's a button right here. You push that, and it goes to
Same thing
sleep.
they had
Yeah.
that time.
Well, they move.
Thank you, same to you all.